Good day, community. I'm back from my vacation, and now Rick is on the road. He's with our great community in Germany for VMCE Tour, Munich. We're going to share some pictures. Don't worry, you're going to get all the good stuff. And yeah, I cannot wait to see more pictures because I'm sure they took more. We only got a few. But yeah, I'm getting to do a recap with Safiya and Hin. We're going to have all the fun in the world doing this recap. We all know Safiya for sure. She's been in the recap for more than once, but
Hi,
I'm not
everyone.
sure. Hello. So thank you both for taking the time to be today in the show. But I wanted to ask Hin because I do have the impression that this is your first time in the recap. Am I wrong?
I think it might be the first time I'm solo. I think I was part of one. Actually, maybe not a recap. I've done a V100 show, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm happy to be here. Whether it's
Yeah, welcome.
or
It's
not.
great to have you. Thank you for accepting being with us. Why don't you just give us maybe for the people, for the ones that don't know you and in from the community, but I'm sure many of our community members already know your name because you are active in there. But let's just give them a short introduction, tell them about yourself, about your role in the community, just few words.
Sure, great. Yeah, my name is Hin Tang. I'm a VUG leader for Canada, as well as the VUG leader for Cloud City, which is focused on the public cloud backup products. We recently with that we've had more of a focus on the VDC, the Veeam Data Cloud uh, products that are there. So sort of a shout out. We're going to have another vodcast coming soon about the VDC Salesforce option. But yeah, I've been active in the community for years now, and it's been great. The people are great. A lot of great discussions. A lot of great minds out there. As you'll see in today's uh, recap, there's a lot of interesting projects that are out there, right? So,
Totally, I agree. Thank you for that, Hin. Really good introduction in there. And actually, good that you mentioned that. I didn't know you're going to do the VDC for Salesforce. I
mhm.
actually got someone in the community asking me, why don't we do more about it? Because he wants to know more information. So that's great to know.
All right. Well, stay tuned. It's coming.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, you
Mhm.
were talking also about some great content, and like I agree, our community members post so much amazing content. So, are you ready to jump in and talk about all good stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, let me then play with the restream and share the first article that we are going to talk about today. And this is actually a fun one. I really thought, you know, I have to mention this one. This is, we were talking about Germany and Rick being in Germany. Marcus is there as well. So, yeah, one thing that I didn't think about is that we're going to talk about the Veeam-themed Matrix screensaver. That was not on my list of things I expected to see this week, but here it goes. It's a super cool project, from my opinion. I do want to hear your opinion as well. But yeah, Marcus basically built the VeeaMatrix, um, and he replaces with Veeam related concepts like immutability and ransomware recovery and then cyber resilience, and then he made it very customizable with effects, themes. He even has a Star Wars styling open crawl, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why I cannot scroll down, but yeah, because I really wanted to show you all the good stuff, but then you're gonna have to do the work and scroll it and see all the good stuff. But yeah, you know what, I don't know about you, and I really want to hear your opinions, both of you. um, but for me, it's not even, about the nostalgia factor, because I saw a lot of comments, and people are, oh my God, amazing Matrix. But it's not even about that. For me, it's just like, it's just community driven idea. It's just like someone just decided, hey, I'm gonna take this idea and I'm gonna play with it and I'm gonna make it Veeam themed. How cool is that, you know? So, yeah, while we are doing a lot of, you know, technical blogs, and we talk open source contributions, a lot of deep dives and stuff like that, I think, you know, this kind of creative stuff, you know, the project that is kind of unexpected, as I said, you know, you just wake up with it and you're like, oh, that's fun.
Mhm.
That is, you know, what makes things interesting in the community. But yeah, I talked a lot. How do you feel about it? How did you like this one? Hin?
I thought it was great. I mean, Marcus has been doing a few projects. I don't know if for those who have been following, he has a map as well of the an interactive map of all the Veeam 100, which I think is very appropriate now that we're heading into World Cup season, to be able to see, you know, where the community is around the world, and this one is another way of sort of recognizing people who have put the work in to become a vanguard or a legend, and it's just a fun way to see, right? I mean, if you running it on your screen, you can see your name pop up or some names of people that you've met through the community. It's just a great way of rewarding that and sort of acknowledging, you know, the work that goes into that. So I loved it. It was a great idea.
Yeah,
I agree.
very.
I think me and Maddie we have a group chat with Marcus where we just discuss mostly updates regarding that Veeam 100 global map. But he just shares these images randomly a few days ago to Madalena and I of him and Rick in this Matrix AI. And he's like, do you think Rick would be okay if I use this in a community post? Not giving us any context as to what it's going to be. And I'm like, I'm actually in the office with Rick today. Let me go show him. And I showed him, and Rick is like, you know, I've been used for worse. Let's do it. And I give Marcus the go-to, and he posts this. And I agree, Hen. Like, Marcus puts such an extra effort into all of these fun initiatives and posts and blogs that he does. And this is just another. And I think it's incredible. I think it's amusing. The image, just every time I see it, it makes me laugh with him and Rick with the blue and green pill. I love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is a way to have Rick in the recap today. Huh? So
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, we
exactly.
can talk about him because he's not here.
Exactly. So I think this is fantastic. Thank you, Marcus, for making our day brighter. You know, it's fantastic to see. And from a fun topic, we're gonna move to a more serious topic, and something that I think you don't really want to have anytime soon as a technical person, you know, working in the backup industry. Um, Let me go to the next article. This is a real world lesson that Mateus from Brazil, one of our legends, seems to have learned. Um, and yeah, I would like to know, because you also work in the backup industry here, and
Yes.
you've been in this industry for years, and you do have some experience with that. And I'm gonna be curious to hear your opinion on that. But I think what Mateus brings here, it's a really good point that I liked. You know, a lot of the real risk comes from how things are managed, not just how they are built. And I think there's so much truth in that, in only that sentence. And he focuses as well, like, you know, the conversation around governance, which I actually like this topic. You saw that I wrote as well about it. So he talks as well about governance in here. And you know, he talks about unclear ownership, maybe some you know, the assumption that somebody is taking care of things, of the processes, or just processes that don't exist on the paper, that but you know, they but don't really hold up in your day-to-day operation. So yeah, I think when we talk about that, I think you know, resilience isn't just about having the right system in place, but it's make sure that the responsibility around that system is actually clear and enforced. And yeah, you are the expert, Hin, so I'm gonna just let you talk a little bit more about it. And how did you find, this story, his article, Matteo's article? He's putting a lot of work when he's doing this article, so I really enjoy it. But
Mhm.
what's your take on
Yeah,
this?
no, absolutely. When I read this, it was really, I felt like I was reading a horror story. And luckily, I mean, spoiler alert, it has a happy ending. There wasn't serious damage, but when we're talking about data center protection and protecting the data, it like you said, Maddie, it's not about how we build it. It's how we monitor it and how we protect it, right, afterwards. I mean, just looking, I know that we can't scroll right now, but if we look at some of the photos that were there in terms of the flooding that happened, the water covering all of those, the power and the network connections underneath, as well as just the point about like a temporary exception becoming a permanent feature. That's kind of exactly what happened, right? Someone was like, okay, can we leave this box here? And then it never gets moved, right? There's the photo of all the tapes sitting on the ground, which is, again, like, I'm amazed and thankful that those tapes didn't get damaged by the flood. But these are all things that need to be considered, right? Because anytime we have a disaster recovery or a business continuity plan, we need to think about anything that can go wrong. Like in this case, we're talking about flooding that came from, incorrect or drainage that wasn't happening. And those are kind of basic things that we have to think about, right? So I guess a tip in terms of, like, if you're putting together a disaster recovery or business continuity plan, really get everyone, all the stakeholders together and brainstorm what could happen and what we need to do in those situations. Yeah, this was a really good article, good reminder of all the things that possibly we don't think about, right? Even like in this situation, right? Like it should have had, in order to meet standards, there has to be policies, and then there needs to be ways to detect, like excessive moisture, for example, in the room, right? And then what do we do when that alert happens? Who's responsible for that? And again, you had mentioned sort of policies and procedures of like regular cleanups, right? Go into the data center, make sure that there's nothing sitting on the floor, make sure that there's procedures about who actually gets to enter there and what they're allowed to do. They're all things that need to be thought about and planned. And it's a great reminder of all of those things that we need to think about. So I really enjoyed that article, even though it was a little bit scary to read.
I agree, because I think, sometimes everything looks really good until something goes wrong. So,
Right.
and it's just like, then it's just like one after another, after another, after another. So you have to be very careful. And I like your idea of, hey, let's bring all the team, all the stakeholders together and think about everything that can happen, and just create policies around it, and just make sure on the operational side things are covered. So yeah, good stuff. Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Safiya, any thoughts on it?
No, I agree with you both here. Thanks, Mateus, for posting that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Okay, so we are moving now to the third article of the day. This one actually comes from Federica, and she's been mentioned for the second time in a row in the
Wow.
recap. She must do a lot of good stuff, isn't it?
She does.
Lately. Okay. Yeah. So basically, what are the news in here? VMCE plus is live. This is the most
Yeah,
important sentence of the week, right?
that's great
Uh,
news.
yeah, but I do want, because Hin, I know you said you haven't participated to the certification challenge, but you are kind of involved as well with part of the certification. So I would really like to hear your thoughts of the VMC plus. Are you going to take it? Have you already done, part of the course? Where are you at, and what's your opinion on it? Is it better? Is there an improvement? What do you think?
I definitely will be taking this certification. I'm really happy with the additions that have been made. I really feel like in order to be certified with Veeam now, it's not just about the VBR product. There's so much more that Veeam has developed, right? Like VeeamON is a super powerful tool to have visibility and reporting on not just your Veeam environment, but also your VB365 environment and your virtualization, right? Your VMware stack. Just being able to test on that to make sure that there's familiarity with that. And then the Recovery Orchestrator product is again super powerful. It's great to validate your backups, because again, I think Rick always says your backups are only as good as your restores, right? So to be able to test that out, I love the format. It's a little bit more intense now. I think it's 100 questions over 2.5 hours. So a little bit of a longer exam and more in depth. I wasn't part of the question writing part of it, but I know the people that were. So I know that everyone who was involved with that is intimately familiar with how it works, right? And I think that's another thing is I'm expecting the questions to be a lot more practical, right? A lot more about like real world situations and how do you do this, how do you do that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to going through the whole process. I did do the Recovery Orchestrator course, and I found it was really good. Really. Again, thinking about things that real world things that may not come into mind, but there were a lot of good tips on how to configure it, some gotchas that you need to be aware of, and I found it was very comprehensive for covering that product. So yeah, I'm looking forward to preparing for and taking this exam. I think it's a really great addition. And I'm looking forward also to the advanced one about security, because that's another part that Veeam has done a lot of work in, and so now to be able to test that and to certify people in that role of a security engineer for Veeam, I think is incredibly powerful. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Great review. I'm sure Fede is going to be happy to hear that the VRO was good. And yeah, congratulations, Federica. I didn't say that, but congratulations, Federica. And Safiya, I know you're talking about Federica and the community members. I know you are working with Shane and Jos to update one of the thematic groups. Why don't you just tell us more about it?
Yeah, I mean, I won't take most of the credit. A lot of the work is, of course, Shane and Jos and Fede as well. She's been very involved in this rebrand. I'm just requesting the new visual banners and getting a new badge made for the VMCE Plus. But yeah, they've been working hard to plan out some strategy with how this group is going forward. I actually have a call with them shortly where they're planning out their first virtual event. So that will provide some updates regarding the certifications. I'm pretty sure Fede will be a part of that call. So you'll hear from the actual certification team at Veeam, which is really exciting. And I mean, Madi, you've seen with the certification calls that we've had in the past, so many people register for them. And I'm sure that this will be no different. But yeah, some good stuff coming. I believe, like we mentioned, that there were some community members who were involved in creating the test questions for this new exam. So I believe that they'll be getting some of their stories and interviewing some for some post over in that space to get some more content there. But good things are coming as I've been involved in it. So big congrats to Shane, to Jos, and to Federica for all the work that they're putting into there.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, and thank you for working with them, with Jos and Shane and Federica to get this started. I'm sure it's going to be a great success. As you said, it was always in the past, so now even more with all the updates. And I think, yeah, it's a good product. So I'm looking forward. Actually, I can see she put here one paragraph with the huge shout out to the people
Good
that
point. Yeah,
the first ones, yeah, that actually went through the certification and they earned their VMCE plus. This would be Antonio and Marcus, as we were mentioning Marcus a bit earlier, as well as Antonin. So this is fantastic to see. Maybe one of the three is gonna, just give us an overview. They're gonna write
for sure.
an article, unless I missed it, but I don't think I missed it.
I
They
don't think so,
already.
but they definitely should. We'd love to hear your experience. One of the first people getting certified with
There you
it.
go.
So
Yeah,
There's a challenge. The challenge to the three of them, right?
yeah,
Who can write one first?
I think you should guys invite them to the
maybe the
first
first work
event that they
session.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you should at least one of them, whoever is going to be able to make it. You should definitely have their opinion in there. I think it's going to be valuable. But yeah, good stuff. Congratulations all. Looking forward to see the development on that, and we are, I think, ready to move to our Vanguard blog spotlight, which this week, not month, this month comes, month. Why do I say month? It's not month, it's week. This week comes from Mohammed from Egypt. He is putting together some really great, I really like his articles. Um, he wrote one on Veeam for Kubernetes. It's not GA yet. It's just an announcement. So this is gonna come soon. But I think this article is really good. He actually talking about some of the features that are added, and how is this new version different than the previous versions. And what I really like, he's putting this script, this paragraph from the CNCF annual cloud native survey that says Kubernetes isn't emerging anymore. I remember 4 years ago, when I joined Veeam and people were talking about Kubernetes, but it was still very emerging, like market, and we were a little bit like confused. How do we have to deal with that? What do we have to do with Kubernetes? So I think it's just the default now. It's not the case anymore. And it looks like 82% of container users are now running Kubernetes in production. 82%. This is a huge change, in a really short time. If you think about, it's 4 years since, of course, but it's been on the market for longer. But yeah, 4 years since it was considered emerging, which I think it's a big jump. So I'm gonna want to really hear on your opinion in here, Hin. But what I think is cool about Kasten V9 is that it kind of brings consistency across different types of workloads. So you are not now. I think we are not talking only about containers, right? Now you are thinking about VMs and containers and even AI
And
workloads
the data.
together.
The data is the important part,
Yeah,
right?
yes, exactly. So also
Mhm.
he has a paragraph where he talks about the DevSecOps.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah.
so I think that's also very interesting, looking at the security side of things. So a lot of things have changed. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this release. Actually, I think it's interesting and a little bit different from the previous. But what's your take on this, Hin?
Yeah, it's great. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that Kubernetes is no longer sort of a niche, sort of a hobby technology. It's really in enterprises now. It's in a lot of production. It's in production systems. So as he said in this article, it's not just about application protection, it's about the data protection and the data mobility. And I think that's what I really got from this, is that there's all of those different the whole ecosystem is growing, and to be able to have like storage agnostic backups, to be able to migrate it to another platform if you need to. The other thing I found interesting was when they're talking about the introduction of Vault AWS, right, as a target for the exports. So now you have an option to choose one or the other, or actually export to both if you need that extra redundancy, right? So yeah, version 9 has a lot of improvements. Just the tagging is also one of the things that I found that he was sort of highlighting, and I think that will help to be able to more easily create these policies and manage the actual VMs that are being backed up. So yeah, Mohammed did a great job of going over a lot of the new features that are going to be in version 9. So yeah, I'm very excited to see the release when it comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me also maybe show something, because I know I should have waited a little bit, but I decided to already put it in the product updates, so everyone has the information in here with all the enhancement. But you have to look into this page, basically. I'm gonna do that to check when the release V9 is gonna be. For now, it's not GA, right? It's still 8.5.11. But yeah, just keep an eye on in there. I don't know. I don't think. Okay, I was not sharing. Too bad. Now I'm gonna share. Sorry, I was still sharing that. So I was saying, like, I basically also added it. If you're gonna check in here on the product updates, we just always, once we kind of have a release already and this GA, we kind of gonna update the product updates page at the community hub. But I decided to kind of put it in here already, so people have, access to all the information. So you're going to see here the key features. Obviously, it might just change a little bit because it's still not GA. And I was saying there is this link. If you go to the release notes, there's going to show you when actually the GA is ready. It's going to be available. So the product is going to be general available. So you can just check on this link, because right now it's still at 8.5, if I'm not mistaken. But I think all good stuff are coming out. So I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, thank you for that, Hin. I think really valuable point in there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Should we then move to special department news, Safiya?
Let's do it.
We have a few special department news. Let me find that. There you go.
All right.
Yeah. So something exciting happening down under. We have our first Veeam user group in Australia in a long time. So we used to have an active user group over in Australia with Andre Atkinson, previous Vanguard, leading over there. But of course, joining Veeam, that has kind of gone dormant now. But some of the team over there, they've reached out, they're amped to get something started again. So we have our first user group upcoming in Perth. So maybe, Madi, if you click into that page, we can look up all the detail, if it will share. I know this is a new platform we're working with. We can base it off of this page, but yeah, so
you can share it. It's fine. I can definitely share that as well. Give me just 1 second and we'll be there. It is a new platform. Yes, we're still learning. We're still learning.
We're getting used to it. So
yeah, I need to work more often with it.
June 17th, so just about literally a week from the time that we're recording this. And it may be, Madi, if you move down, we can look over at the description of what the event will be about. But like we said, it's going to be a community-centered meetup, the first one in a while, so something to look forward to. And they're actually partnering with Nutanix for this one. So they'll have a Nutanix-led session as well as a community session led by Andre, the previous Veeam User Group Australia leader, which is really special. And of course, some time for networking and drinks. It'll be at this place called The Globe. And from the pictures I've seen, it looks like a very cool hangout spot. I think it's a bar restaurant type, and it's in the afternoon, so leave work a little bit early. It's a pro for everyone, you know, getting to leave a bit early, spend a little bit of the evening with some Veeam people who are using Veeam, get some insights and knowledge, get some connections, and still make it home by dinner time. You know, why not go? There's only pros to attend. There's no cons. So if you're in the Perth area, definitely check it out, and hopefully we'll have a big meetup there. I guess we'll have to see next week.
And one important thing, Safiya, that, you know, for the Aussies that are listening to us, I would say, guys, we are looking for a new leader. Just if you want to lead the group, let us know. We'll be happy to collaborate with you.
Yes,
definitely.
And just on a sort of from my perspective, our company actually has a branch we have data centers in Perth and Melbourne, and so I've put the challenge out to us, our Australia team, to number one, show up for this VUG group, and then number two, I guess also I'll put a challenge out to them if one of them wants to step up to become a leader. There's, you know, it's a great community, lots of opportunities to meet good people, learn new things. So yeah, I'm hoping that that meeting gets a good turnout. Yeah.
That's awesome, Hin. Thank you for that. I think that's very kind of you doing that. So, and I think it's fun as well, you know, and I agree, like, you know, people should look at it as an opportunity, because I do think it's an opportunity to be part of the Veeam100, of the Veeam user group leaders. It's a lot of networking. It's a lot of friendships. It's a lot of learning, knowledge, as we could see, right? So a lot of fun. So I think it's for all good reasons, right?
Yeah.
Go attend.
Go attend. Awesome. So last part that we prepare for today, it's who's new, but it's not only who's new. We also have some slides that we actually prepared. And one of them, let's start with the VMON Tour Istanbul, because that was yesterday, Safiya, right?
Yeah, that was
What can you tell
amazing.
us about it?
Yeah, so over in Turkey, they had their VeeamON Tour yesterday at the time of recording this in Istanbul. And we were able to, thanks to the field marketing and the local team over there with their support, Burchin and Bulan, and Danilo, of course, able to get a VeeamON community booth again. We did this last year with the local leaders, Kenan and Tariq. And this year, Kenan was there again, manning the booth, getting people to sign up for the community hub. And those who signed up for the community hub got a little gift. It was a Veeam community themed backpack with Alfred on it. Looked really nice from the pictures that we've seen. Maybe there's extra sense of Madi and I's way. I'm kidding. I have enough swag.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah. But it looked really great. We did a collection from some images we saw on LinkedIn. So thank you to all who posted. As you can see in the one on the right side, there's a group gathered around the booth. So it seemed like it was a really popular spot during the day, which is awesome. And I saw already doing the who's new list that there were so many people yesterday who signed up to the community hub from Turkey. So amazing work there from Kenan. So thank you for the work that you put in there and volunteering your time during the tour to support the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, and thank you. All the Veeam Turkish team there is as well amazing. Kenan as well, and I'm really looking forward, to have a Veeam user group in person and to be able to visit them as well again. I haven't been there in a few years, but really looking forward. And thank you for all that. We know what it means to the operation. The booth operation sometimes is not easy. You have to talk to so many people at the same time, but it seems like they did a good job. And you are right, so many people that register, so fantastic job. And talking about Germany, right? If you look at the next slide, I'm trying. This is as we are speaking, Safiya.
Yeah, it's happening as we speak right now. There's the VMCE Tour in Munich. I'm sure with how big the German community is, people have probably seen some of their posts on social sites, but same thing here. Big thank you to the local Germany team for helping us and supporting us with having some community activity at the local VMCE Tour this year. This is our first year actually engaging with the German VMCE Tours for Madi and I, so really exciting that it seemed to be such a success. On the left over there, you could see Marcus arranged a Veeam100 dinner for the night before for those who are in the region and who are attending. And I don't think we're able to see, but Rick is in there somewhere. So he was an honorary German for the night. I'm sure he enjoyed it. One of Rick's favorite things is drinking beer, as we all know. So I'm sure he had a great night with the local team over there.
Munich has fantastic beer. So
yeah,
I can tell you, he hasn't stayed too long. It seems like the guy stayed longer, but he hasn't, because he had a keynote to
exactly. He party later, but he enjoyed a little bit of the evening with the guys, so it looked like it was fun. And then in the middle over there, of course, all of the legends, vanguards, and Veeam MVPs who were at the event. Solid group of people. And we ended up actually having a ice cream cart this year, something new. We've never done a ice cream or food related activation at a VeeamON Tour, but we decided to test it out for Germany this year. It was ice cream cart, like I mentioned, and it looks like Khaled for a little bit was working the ice cream booth from the picture Marcus shared, but he was not working it the whole day, we promise. There was actually staff there. I guess he was just helping out while the staff was taking a bit of a break. So thank you for that, Khaled. Very kind of you. Yeah, it's a good photo opportunity, exactly. So I hope the ice cream was great. Looks like a fun day.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see more pictures. I'm sure they only shared, like the decent ones that we can use, but I do want to see more.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I hope you had a lot of fun, guys, and thank you for all your support. You are all fantastic. And moving forward to the third slide, as you can see, I don't know, how many weeks haven't we did the Who's New?
It's been almost a month. So the last Who's New we did was before I went on my PTO. And then Rick took he asked me not to do it last week while he did a solo video. So it's been, I think the last one was the 13th of May that I created it. So this is a collection of people who've joined over the past month, but still a really great number in that month, 540 new people at the community hub, which is incredible. So big welcome to everyone.
I don't know why Alfred's
not showing. He just doesn't want to peek out right now. He's shy.
He's like, you had me on the previous slide. Now I'm hiding.
And from those 540, I just selected 4 of some interesting usernames. Random IT guy, backupper. I guess that's what you call somebody who does backups. They're a backupper, maybe. Steve B's no warranty, and Alfred's pick being a Veeam novice. So somebody who's new to Veeam, and I hope that they won't stay a novice for long being in the community. But welcome, everyone.
There's a lot of knowledge in there for everyone, a Veeam novice. So you'll definitely learn a lot staying active with us. So welcome all of you. Yeah, fantastic. All good stuff. Thank you both for, taking the time to be in this recap with me. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had some fun as well, going over all this awesome content. And I don't know, anything else to add to it?
No, just same thing. Like, it's always fun to chat with you guys and to talk things Veeam. And yeah, I'm thank you so much for inviting me. I had a really good time here, and yeah, I learned a lot through the articles, and also hopefully shared some things that other people can learn.
Same here. Always happy to be back anytime.
Yep, absolutely. You'll be more often, probably, Safiya.
Probably.
So that's great. It's always good to have you. I think we always have a good time. But yeah, this was episode 265, if I'm not wrong. I forgot to, start with the usual. But yeah, this is 265. And thank you all for watching us. And we'll see you next week in 266. I really don't know if that's going to be normal circumstances or it's going to be again with guests, but you'll figure it out together with us. So have a great weekend, all of you.